Okay, we are going to review the ES session today, the S&P futures. So, I'm gonna quickly go over the overnight session, and then we can talk more about the US session. That is our main focus in reviewing. Okay, so as you can see, the overnight it has been going in the sideways pretty much the entire overnight, and then it broke early in the mornings. So you can see that one, like and but as you can see, there are some clear indications of after a good demand. See the volume is a good volume, but a declining volume when it starts coming down. And so this is area. This is a one good trading place, right at the support level. This is another test bar. This is actually in fact the most ideal place to take a trade, because pretty much it this is the stage where all the selling has got tired and then ready to push up. Okay, as you can see that it broke the two levels of resistances. One is the blue pluses are like 2-day high. You can see 2-day high, and then the gray pluses are like yesterday's high. So it broke of them. And let me now go ahead and reset my volume. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, the first as it starts coming up, right? So this is the 5 a.m. 5 Pacific timing, so 8 a.m. Eastern timing. So almost like 1.5 hour before the US Open session. 9:30 is your US session. I live in Pacific, so that's why it's yours Pacific timing. Okay, so this one happens. So this is the first time. See the volume. First time a supply came up into picture. Okay, the entire, like from the down to up wave, this is the first time a good supply came up. As you, how can you tell it? Because of the increasing volume, the bar went up and then closed in the middle, right? If this entire volume has been buying, it would have closed a bow like neatly, like a bow like that, right? But since it's closed similar to the previous, right at the same level as the previous bar, meaning that selling has happened. It's like, as if, imagine as if someone is trying to push from here to buy sellers, and the sellers are trying to push back from here. Like it's kind of tug of war. But your idea should be, okay, sellers came up. That's the only thing that you need to be aware of at this stage. And as it starts grinding down at this level, and then as it goes up, see this one, as it tries to test this level of resistance again, and see these three bars. As it starts going up, the volume has declined. Meaning what? Meaning that um, there is a little buying here. People are not much buying. And then this bar prints with an increasing volume. See this one? This bar compared to the previous three bars, this volume is higher, almost double of those bars. And then what is this bar? It's a down bar. It's a good, nice spread bar comparatively, and happening at the resistance level. So this is where you can take a shot. First thing, okay, okay. This is a little bit more risky play, but still, you can take a shot. And where would your target be? Your target be low of this one. First thing is this low of this one. If it gets broken, the next one is this. They see that red line. Because why? Because this is consolidating at this level, and then I just draw this one. Okay. So what happens here? Okay, let me push this one a little bit on. So okay, so what happens as it comes to that 6 o'clock, around just like 30 minutes before this bar, these four bars, see, these are called clustering of closes, meaning that buyers are coming up and then trying to push it up instead. Like it's kind of a good fight going on, especially this bar, right? If you have been in short and then still holding, you are out of this target after this bar. If you're still holding it, okay. But typically, you can, if it's 3-4 bars, it's going nowhere, you should typically be exceeding out the targets. That's what I typically do. So Okay, what happens? So the volume it dips under and closes above this bar, meaning that some demand came up. What happens? The next bar tries to go up, but see the volume has increased. Good volume has increased, but what happened? It couldn't go. It went up and then closed in the middle. It's a narrow bar and then closing in the middle, meaning sellers came up and then pushed it down. Okay, because of this selling this selling and then weak demand, because none of these bars, even this demand bar that I'm saying, is not like huge bars. If it had been a huge volume bar like this one has, let's say this bar has a huge volume, even if this bar gets printed I would not short here. But given that this selling happening here, this selling here, the background context is selling and weak demand, not so threatening demand. I won't say weak demand. It's not threateningly demand. The sub buyers are coming and buying it. At this level you can sell, you can take a shot, but watch out. Typically the opening bars are typically wacky, so that's a risky play. I took a risky play. So and then your sorry, stop loss would be about this. So again, where is your target? So this the low of this one is your target. As you can see, it got broken up, and then it came, and then the reverse closed it. Okay, closed back. Okay, and did the volume increase? See this one. The this is actually a bar which trying to reverse, right? Did not go up, meaning but the demand. You see, the volume is low. Demand is not that crazy. Like it's not like huge volume where it kind of threatening the downflow. It's just normal volume. You can see this bar is comparatively low than these two volumes. So and then the next bar prints. What happens? This bar has a huge volume, right? Huge volume, and then what? So what does this huge volume and then bar kind of goes up and then closes below? What does that mean by? Okay, why is that a huge volume and it meaning it's selling basically, right? So because let's say that this one has like 100 people buying it, this one has almost 200 people buying it, and then the bar kind of stayed no at the same people, meaning that almost 150 people are selling and then 50 people are buying it, right? So meaning more selling. Yeah, where does it happen? At the selling zone. This is all selling, so these are all selling people, right? So it happened previously at this area, and then so I'm also selling. So that is why I took a shot here. But what happens the next bar? It goes under and then closes a word. As soon as this bar gets printed, right, I'm out. Because if it had all been selling, this bar would have been printing at the lower end. Why did it print at this level, the middle level, right? When this happens immediately after this one, I typically am out. If not out, even if it is coming up, I will take a short loss and then get out, small loss and get out. Okay, so then what happens? The volume zooms up, suddenly increases up. See that volume? It's almost the biggest volume of the day. It's even higher than the opening volume. It breaks down this resistance and goes above this one. Okay, but what happens? It goes all the way above, but closes in the almost in the middle, meaning that there are some sellers. If this entire volume has all been buyers, it would have been closing around like this one, but it closed in the kind of in the middle, meaning there is a good semi. I mean, I wouldn't say this is like a strong selling, but this is more like a decent amount of selling which we cannot ignore, right? So that is what you have to keep in mind. And then what happens next? The next three bars tries to push up, and look at the volume. It's a declining volume, meaning buyers are not are not interested anymore to buy. They're declining it, right? But there is no trade, because because of the strong move, you have to be cautious. But at this stage your thought process is, okay, it broke this resistance line. If it would come a weak pullback to this area, I would buy, and then it could go, and then my target would be this one. But what happened in this bar? Is it a weak pullback? No, it came all the way up and then broke and then came closed above the resistance line, closed above the support line. Sorry, not resistance. it is a bullish nature factor because it went underneath and then the closed above the support, kind of a spring, right? But the fact that it went from all the way from here to here, it's a widespread bar. See, such long bars are not narrow bars. Like when I say weak pullback, right? Like a small narrow bars, like these bars. Like see these bars, it comes up like these bars. If it's coming up slowly, coming down with low volume, and that is where you can buy it. But if such bars happen, you won't take it long. So that is the difference that you need to identify. Even though you read that, or you read that, okay, this is supply, this is this thing, this is a weak buying, and then comes out significantly. So at this stage, it's still kind of the context is, it is like a big fight is going on within buyers and selling. Okay, you don't know who is going to win, so we are just staying in sidelines. So, and then so this bar, right? So this is a 9:30 bar. Sorry, nine when I said 10:30 bar, 10:30 EST, but in our case it's 7:30, right? So you see the 6:30 is this bar, and then this 7:30 is bar. Typically, if the 7:30 bar, right, in the first 1 hour closes in this range, in the middle of the range. When I say range, so it started here, it went up. So this is the range, right, from the low, and then the high is the range, and then the 7:30 bar prints around this area between these ranges, between these ones. If it is in between this range, typically the day you could expect that it would be a choppy day. Choppy day, when I say choppy day, it won't be like a rally, huge rally, like going on up or like going down down down. So you could expect a rally going sideways, or even if it is going in upward way, it won't be like very strong moves. So that's what you can expect, basing upon the first 1 hour range, and then where it closed. So what happens now? It gets closed down. So and then so it breaks down this resistance line, and then it goes all the way below around this area, and so and then it goes up again. So but there is no trade. You don't know. Like see, this huge supply comes up, selling comes up, and suddenly it reverses. This is nothing clear. It's not clear what is happening, right? So that's why you're still saying inside less. None of these are tradable, clearly tradable things. Now you could take a short here, you could take long here, and then exit out here. But this is very wacky move. So you wouldn't want to be in such risky place, right? So wait for the clear move. Wait for the trade to come. Don't start taking any trades. Yes. Okay. So it starts going up, right? So it seems to be first initial seems to be good volume. Demand came up, but afterwards it's choppy. It's going nowhere, and then it breaks down the resistance with a good volume. See, the volume is increased. Now you're expecting a weak pullback, probably somewhere here, and then take a long, right? But what happens? It closes underneath that, right? So again, close underneath the resistance. So it's not clear. You don't know what's happening. So this is not a shortable position, because just because it went up and then closed below does not mean you can short it, because the background has a good demand. So you have to wait clearly for the supply to be there before you take a shot. Here, none of these bars clearly show that there is a strong supply. Even this bar, it did not break with a huge volume. It broke with a normal volume. See this one? The volume here is only this much. So, and then what happens after that? If there is a choppy move. See this one? It goes on sideways, doing nothing. You're just staying in silence. So yeah, this is one of those difficult days. Sometimes you wouldn't know what is going to happen. You have to be patient. You have to be in sideways, not trade anything. I did not see any clear trades here, and not the volume. See, look at the volume is also nothing interesting, right? So it goes above, it comes above, and then see this bar gets printed. What happens? So I'm still, even when it broke down the resistance, nothing is it did not caught my attention. When this bar gets printed, this bar caught my attention. Why did it get caught my attention? Because of the volume. When suddenly you see such huge volume bars, so that should automatically catch your attention. Hey, something is happening. Someone is buying or someone selling, right? So why did the entire almost like from 8 a.m. to 12, like almost for 4 hours there is nothing, and then suddenly this wall, this much volume, suddenly why are people interested to buy this one? So I drove this, so at this stage, I don't know what's happening, right? I drew this line. I did not even have this line at all. I did not have this line. So I just draw this line because thinking that okay, but this is not a strong support. It's just a minor support. I wouldn't trade basing on this one. But when I was seeing okay what might happen, so this is when I saw something like an inclining angle, right? So I saw this inclining angle. I was looking at a 10,000 feet level to get this one. So and then I draw this line. At this stage, I draw this line. I'm not taking a long here. I was only hoping that okay, that something might come up at a later stage. I just drew this line connecting these points, and then I saw that probably a lot of people thought that this may be buying thing. Okay, it goes up, not much interested. Again, huge bar comes up, right? And then what happens? This bar goes underneath this resistance line, support line, and then closes above it. Okay, so this is when, so this one also, see that one, the bar got printed like in the middle. This bar also, like it's not like exactly like middle, but you can see that it went, this is a significant move up, and with the volume that's almost double even than this one. No, not double, but like almost one and a half times this volume, right? This is when you can take a long, because buyers have proved themselves here. Okay, and then buyers are proving again here. And the other factor that why I was more interested is because of there is this support, there is this support. It's like two supports, like two stronger supports holding you over there. So that is why I took a long trade. And then you can take a long trade here, and then your target is what now? This is your target because this is so okay. I'm going to come back to this point why this is my target, but rest and after this one gets closed out, nothing happens, goes sideways. That's all the thing is. Okay, so the one important factor of identifying how my target is, why are you saying this is my target, why not this one, right? Okay, so this bar gets printed first thing of how I drew this line is okay, when this first bar gets printed, obviously this is the high, so I drew this line. But when it broke this one, I removed this line and then put it over here. Okay, because this is a new higher high. I put it over here. But what happened? It goes up again, comes up here and goes down. Again comes up here, touches here, goes down. So this one, right? What happened? One first time touching this around this area, second time, third time. This is not an actual tap, but like more touches, and then fourth time it touched here, closed and came out, and then broke this thing, right? So when it is touching more number of times compared to this one what? How many times it touched? It did not even. This is only touch. Rest of the times it did not even touch. It broke and then kind of came and down. But never this card was clearly respected. This one has more respect compared to this one. Basically, more touches. When this is happening, more touches. I remove my line from here to here and then put it back. Especially around this area, I'm putting my support line back, and which I moved from here back to this. So that is why this is a stronger resistance compared to this. This is that's why target is this one. Okay, that is all, guys, for today. Thank you.